let's have a discussion on the tips for online teaching. So today, because of COVID-19, we are all forced to go for online teaching. So a lot of teachers are struggling to find out what can be done in order to make teaching interesting as well as effective, right? So what we are going to discuss today is an approach, namely debit approach, DEBIT, debit approach. Those of you who are familiar with accounting might have heard about the word debit and credit. So this is nothing to do with that, but we are going to look at an innovative approach, namely debit approach, which is going to help us in reaching out to our students in an effective manner. So in debit approach, what we have done is, me and my friend Professor Kanagaraj of XLRI, we have conducted an online survey among our students to find out what are the obstacles in teaching, right, on online mode. So we have found out there are 5 obstacles, right, which are perceived by our students. These are all the 5 obstacles. Obstacle number 1, the students have perceived that teachers don't, right, have the focus on doing things. Obstacle number 2, students have felt that there are difficulty in engaging the students. Obstacle number 3, there is lack of bonding. Obstacle number 4, there is difficulty in involving students. Obstacle number 5, there is lack of tracking the performance of students, right? So you can see these are all the right results of the survey, right? So what we have done is, in order to address these issues, we have gone for coming out with an approach, namely debit approach, wherein the very first thing is focus on doing things, right? So what does it mean? Whatever we teach in classes, they are supposed to be, right, application oriented. So that means it should not be based on memory, right? So what is that we have to do for that, right? So in a class of, say for instance, 60 minutes, if you are a teacher, you can divide your class into 3 parts of 15 minutes each. And at the end of every 15 minutes, you can give a CRE, classroom exercise, and you can request the students to submit the CRE within just 5 minutes. So that means a shorter deadline of 5 minutes, and at the end of every 15 minutes there is a CRE. So that means there is a diversion for the students for good reasons, right? Because they are not going to listen to you continuously, and at the same time there is a force, right, that they have to listen to you, right? And make sure that you are evaluating these, right, CREs in their internal marks, right? So this is what approach number 1, focus on doing, right? So let them do, right? Because there is an adage which says that, right, people learn by doing more and more things, right? So that means we have to focus on doing, right? Yeah. So what is the second thing we have to do? The second thing we have to do is we have to engage them, right? So what do you mean by that? You have to make them busy in your classes, right? So that means how are you going to do that? So the best thing you can do as a teacher is just take the name list of all the students, right? And randomly call some of them. Hey Krishna, right? Could you please tell the answer for this, right? Manju, could you tell the answer for this, right? Shrima, could you tell the answer for this, right? Shilpa, could you tell the answer for this? So like that you can just randomly pick out some of the names and you can ask them to participate in the classes, and if possible try to sustain the discussion for a long period of time, right? So this is what you can do. So that is the second one you can do. So that is engaging students, right? Yeah. So the third thing what you can do is, right, the most important thing which many of us don't do as teachers, right? So that is bonding. Okay. So that means you have to create a good rapport with your students, right? So content is as important as the relationship with the students. That too in online education, this is very, very important, right? Because online education is subject to Murphy's law, right? So anything that can go wrong will definitely go wrong, right? So that means there may be sudden interruption in internet connectivity. There may be some problem with your audio, video, right? Audio, video functioning, right? So your audio may not work, your video may not work. So you may keep on asking them, am I audible, right? Are you hearing me? Or they may keep on asking you, right? Yeah. So that means interruptions are the way of life in online education. So the focus is, please, right, understand this. You have to create a kind of tolerance in their mindset for errors, right? So that patience is required. That is possible only by building rapport with them, right? So that means share a joke with them, right? If somebody's birthday is there, wish that person, right? Okay, find out what is happening around them, right? So that means spend some time, right, out of your total session time in terms of building rapport, right? There is no harm in it. In fact, this is going to help you in meeting the challenges, right? Yeah. So I take you to the fourth one, that is involving students. Okay, so this is a big task, right? Somebody may ask me the question, right? Because in step number 2 I was talking about engaging, in step number 4 I am talking about involving, right? Is there any difference between these two terms, engaging and involving? Yes, definitely, right? So what is engaging, right? Engaging, right? Kanupriya, could you please tell? Jasmeet, right? Engaging is just giving them work and making them, right, to do something so that they don't get any kind of distraction. Rather, involving is, right, you enable them to ask you question, right? For example, you are giving a particular topic, right? You are a physics teacher, right? So you are talking about Ohm's law, right? So you don't just stop with that, right? You ask that person to, right, probe you further, right? So that means you encourage them to ask you more and more questions, right? So if you do that, then you are talking about involving, right? So how can you create involvement among your students, right? There are basically 3 things you can do. The first one is, before your class starts, right, 1 or 2 days before, you make a very short video for around 5 to 10 minutes, right, and then circulate to them, request them to view that and then come to your class. That is the very first thing you can do, right? What is the second thing you can do, Navni? The second thing what you can do as a teacher is, right, you ask them, right, to ask you more and more questions. Encourage them, don't penalize them, right? So whoever asks you more and more question, right, encourage them, say excellent, right, great question, right, wonderful, right, I appreciate your question, right? What is wrong in using encouraging words to your students, right? And the last one, okay, you can do to, right, get their involvement is, right, clarify their doubts after the class, again through a short video, right? So that means if you clarify their doubts, what happens is they are clear about what you have taught in the last session, right? So that means it does not get into a kind of accumulated, right, learning hazard, right? So this is what the tips I can give you for involving students, right? And the last one, of course, right, last but not the least, right, the most important one is you have to track their performance, right? Tracking the performance of the students. How can you do that, right? Before you understand this, let me just tell you, right, there are some students who may not have academic discipline, so they may not listen to you, right? They may simply switch on your, right, video or your classroom lecture, but they may not listen to you, right? So what is it you are going to do with them, right? Can you just leave them? Can you just ignore them? So you cannot do that, right? So what you are going to do is you are going to apply theory X, right? So that means if you have to motivate them, then give them marks, right? So that means whatever you want them to do, right, give them marks, right, as part of your internal, right? So the most important quote here is, what gets done is what is getting rewarded, right? So what gets rewarded is the one that gets done, right? So what can you do for that? Give them marks for CREs, give them marks for class participation, give them marks for weekly assignment. At the end of every week, let them submit an assignment to you so that they understand the application part of your teaching, right? And the last one is give them surprise tests, right? So if you keep doing all this, what is going to happen to you guys is this, right? Debit approach is basically doing, engaging, bonding, involving, and tracking, right? This is going to help you in maximizing the learning outcome of your students, right? So that you are happy as a teacher, students are happy because they have learned, right, good things from you, parents are going to be happy, right? So let COVID-19, right, do not create more obstacles to you and me as teachers as well as our dear students, right? Thank you all. Hope to see you in the next video. Good.